Hello everyone, I'm Brian and today I'm gonna talk about the Vandalic language. Vandalic was a Germanic language spoken during the 3rd to 6th centuries by the Vandal people with the ramifications of Asdingos and Siringos from its origin on the Baltic coast, between the Vistula River and the Oder, passing through its migration through Gaul and Hispania along with other towns, Visigoths, Alans, and Suevi until its establishment in the Vandal kingdom in the North Africa in 429 in the Punic States territories. It was probably closely related to Gothic. Its attention is very fragmentary, mainly due to Vandals' constant migrations and late adoption of writing. All modern sources from the time when Vandal was spoken are proto-historic. Now let's talk about the Germanic language Burgundian. The Germanic language Burgundian is spoken in Bonjour. The parliaments where most are spoken are Chalon, Lercusson, Auxerre, Langres, and Morvan. It is estimated Burgundian language has 5,000 native speakers and around 50 people had some knowledge of the language in 1988. Unfortunately, it has appeared as an endangered language according to UNESCO. There are no documents that can give us a notion about the way of speaking and other linguistic characteristics. The current Burgundian is one of the language of French, a dialect very influenced by the RP channel. Sometimes French Comté dialect is included as set together with the current Burgundian actually.
Hello guys, my name is Santiago and so I'm sorry about the quality of the video because I needed to do it by my own. So let's start. I will present you some information about the Gothic language. So first of all, when we're going to talk about the language, we must know where does it comes from. Something that I will surely answer you through the presentation. And let's say that the Gothic was the language of two Germanic peoples, yes, the Visigoths and the Ostrogoths. The oldest Germanic texts are provided by this language, so we are facing or presenting an ancient language with a lot of historical importance, with a lot of information, and also with a lot of importance. So, about the geographical part, they moved from Gotland in eastern Sweden to the coastal area, and in the first century they emigrated towards the southern of part of Russia, reaching the Black Sea. And to summarize this, they were located in Eastern Europe and Southern Europe, and uh, these two parts contain 10 countries that are Belarus, Bulgaria, Slovakia, Hungary, Moldova, Poland, the Czech Republic, Romania, Russia, and Ukraine. And the number of the speakers is unknown, or I couldn't find it because we're talking about a pretty ancient language. However, they belonged only to these two Germanic peoples that I said to you before, the Ostrogoths and the Visigoths. So at least we have this information, at least, because we're talking about an ancient language. So we can make us like an idea in this part. And the political part in the 4th century, we have that the Goths were in close contacts with the Roman empires, and in battles they were Christianized as well, which means obviously a new religion, that it was the Christianism, obviously, because initially they practiced the Gothic paganism. And there is something interesting about this part, about this religion part, because yeah, they were practicing Gothic paganism, but it was it was a missionary that was in a missionary activity, obviously. Uh, but this guy, Ulfilas, designed a Gothic alphabet to translate the Bible into Gothic. So it can be said that this language was also affected by the influence of the Christianity. about the religion and the Romans as well, which implies some linguistic changes. And yeah, the Gothic people played an important role in the fall of the Roman Empire and the emergence of medieval Europe, thanks obviously to its military position and its dominance and all of that stuff. So we have also that the Goths dominated a vast area. This language predominated throughout the continent, sorry. And later, when all of this war disappeared, they dedicated themselves to the extraction of minerals, and they were also very close to the farm, like farming and doing all of that stuff. So with these resources that they created, they later commercialized with the Romans. So the economy was very close to them, and obviously the language was then their mean of communication for for this economy. And okay, so talking about the more close to the technological innovation, we have that the Goths absorbed all of this, and were they were very important because these technological innovations were doing stirrups, bows, horsemanship, and military tactics, placing this language in a high valuable social position in terms of advancement and evolution. And for its linguistic and historical information, we find a dead language from the 10th century whose family belongs to the Indo-European, to the Germanic, and the East Germanic with a Gothic alphabet script. And about the features of this language, some features, or maybe the main features, something important, is that this language has many archaic characteristics, such as the dual number and the reduplication in certain types of verbs. And to finish, in its literary influence or contribution, it is attributed the Gothic alphabet, of course, that was the basis of its language, and some text like the runic inscriptions that I told you before, and fragments of the Bible, yeah, very close to the religion. However, the best known is the Edict of Theodoric, but the Edict of Theodoric was or is a normative body that is included part of the Visigoth and the Ostrogoth law, and this was like it's normative to behave and all of that, to control their behave. And another thing that we can add to the literary influence is a translation to the Bible that is known today as the Codex Argentus. It originally contained some fragments of the Bible that later, for this missionary that I told you before, Ulilas, I don't know his name, I forget it. So the thing is that this missionary translated those fragments of the Bible uh, from Greek language to the Gothic language. So that's all, and thanks for your attention.